Good evening, Lizzie boys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we've got some doll news to talk about. So not only do we have some Monster High stuff to talk about, I also wanted to talk about the new Mattel K-pop Demon Hunters dolls. I've watched the movie, and I did enjoy it quite a bit. The character designs are very strong. So when Mattel announced that they were making dolls of the characters, I was interested. They've revealed some prototypes, kinda, of the characters. They're not finalized because the dolls aren't going to ship until October of next year. But yeah, so let's just start. Let's just get into it. Let's get into it. Anyway, first I want to talk about the Grady Twins. So this restock is happening in a few days. I'm really excited for it because, like I've said, I do not own the original Grady Twins. I did briefly, but I paid $300 for them from a reseller, and at the time, that is the best deal that I had been able to find. And I just got so pissed off that I spent that much on them that I ended up returning them. I got them in person and I was like, these dolls are so cheap and badly made. I'm not accepting that I spent that much, and I returned them to the Amazon seller. But yeah, so these are the stock photos that were posted as a part of the new listing. These are the same exact stock photos as the original dolls. For example, we've got this one, and we've got this one, and these are the exact same stock photos. They just edited the box to have this second release banner up in the corner. That's the only difference between the new Grady Twin set and the original set. I have seen people coping so hard over this. Like, hey, if you spent $1,000 on the original set, that was your decision. Nobody knew that there was going to be a restock, but it's crazy seeing people try to say, oh, look how different they are, even though we haven't seen the restock dolls yet at all. We don't know if they're different. All we know is that there's a little second release banner up in the top left corner. I've seen some people say it looks tacky, and like, I don't know, man. I really don't mind it. To me, it's like opposite to the Skeletor logo down in the bottom right corner. So I feel like it makes sense. You've got something in all four corners now. You've got the Mattel logo in the top right. In the bottom right, you have the Skeletor logo. And then top left, you've got the second release. Bottom left, you have 18+. There's something in every corner now. It works for me. I don't have a problem with it. But like I said, these are the exact same stock photos as the original dolls. Like, here's the original Grady Twins box. It's the exact same photo. They just added that little second release banner, that's it. But, yeah. For the most part, I'm thinking these dolls are going to be exactly the same as the original release. Because why would they be different? Like, what is there to change? If they changed anything, maybe they'll use a higher quality material for their dresses. But since the dolls were only made 5 years ago, I really don't think there's going to be any change. So, yeah. I don't know. I'm excited to get these. I'm not really going to mind the second release banner. I'm just happy that we're getting a chance to get them again. I've seen some people speculate that since Gremlins is getting a new movie in 2027, maybe we'll get another release of Greta. That could be fun. If Greta is in Gremlins 3 and gets some new looks, I would like to see one of those looks adapted for a new release of her. I know some people want a repro, but I don't know. To me, it's more fun to get second releases. Like the Wedding Beetlejuice set. I would really like to see a second release for Pennywise with a new outfit. Maybe based on the original Tim Curry movie. That could be fun. I don't know. I just want to get like a second Pennywise that's based on the original movie design. But anyway, enough about the Grady Twins. They're honestly pretty mediocre. I only want them to complete my Skeletor series. But, you know, we ball. Anyway, let's talk about the K-pop Demon Hunter dolls. I really want to talk about those. Why is this picture so low res? What the hell? I downloaded this directly off of Mattel's website. Why does it look like this? Alright, I guess we're just gonna use these photos. So here's all three of the dolls together. So keep some things in mind while we discuss them. These dolls are nowhere near finalized. On the website, Mattel even writes, colors and decorations may vary, purchase limits subject to change at the sole discretion of Mattel. Please note the dolls, fashions, and accessories depicted in these images are design prototypes. Final production design, colors, textures may vary. What this means is basically these dolls are not done. They're nowhere near done. We are looking at hand-painted prototype faces, and I believe their clothes are entirely 3D rendered. I do not think any of the clothes here is real. Overall, the dolls look promising enough. Like, I think they look pretty good. I kind of wish Rumi came with her jacket. I know the whole point is that she takes the jacket off and you can see her patterns, but it's like, she had a jacket too. I kind of want her to come with the jacket so you could, like, display them all wearing the jackets if you want. I don't know, man. I just want these dolls to come with more stuff. And you know why I want them to come with more stuff? Because this pack is $150. You have to buy them together as a set, which is fine. Why would you separate them? But also, this set costs, like I said, $150. It's very expensive. So, yeah, you know, like for $150, I kind of want Rumi to have her jacket. Even if she doesn't wear it, I just want her to have the option to wear it. I really would like her to come with that. But anyway, we've also got Zoe and Mira. Mira is my favorite of the three characters. And overall, I do like the way her doll looks. I don't really have an issue with it. I've seen some people say her face looks kind of off, but Mira does just have a longer face than the other girls. Like, that's just how she looks, and I think it looks good. I think they did a good job. With Zoe, I feel like they could have made her eyes a bit bigger. She definitely has, like, larger eyes, so I don't know. I feel like she should have had them a little bigger. Maybe they'll be bigger on the final doll. We don't know. Like I said, these are very early prototypes, very early, like, concepts. Their clothes are, like, renders here. It's not complete, finalized clothing. I just want to look at the close-ups of their faces. I do think these faces are really pretty. Like, overall, whoever painted these did a great job. They look amazing. Hopefully the artist who painted them, like, posts about it soon, so, like, you know, we can properly praise their work. I don't know. I always love, like, following Mattel designers and artists. It's always nice to, like, look at the stuff that they've worked on, like, find out who worked on what. But anyway, these three are very pretty to me. I think Zoe is adorable. She really looks so cute. Mira is gorgeous. I really think they did a good job with her. And Rumi, I would say Rumi looks the best of the three. And it makes sense that she does. Rumi's like kind of the main character. She's arguably the most popular. I walked around with my friends on Halloween. I went as Beetlejuice. Just a little fun fact, I guess. Just sprinkling a fun fact in there. But we walked around the neighborhood we live in, and we saw so many kids dressed up as Rumi. I don't think I saw nearly as many Zoes and Miras. It's all Rumi. Everybody loves Rumi. So she's the one I would argue they were most concerned with getting right, and they definitely did the best job on her. That's not to say they did a bad job on Zoe and Mira, but I can see some of the things people have said about them. Like I said, I think Zoe's eyes should be a bit bigger. I don't know, I just feel like she had much larger eyes in the animation than she does on the doll. Maybe it was to make her more consistent with the other two. Her eyes are still bigger than the others, but I just feel like they could have pushed it a little further. Mira's face looks good. I do think they did a good job with it. I really can't pinpoint anything I would change. Like, I don't know. What could be done differently? I don't know. I've seen some people say her head's a little too long, but I think it looks right. You know, I don't really see an issue with it. So what we currently know about this pack is that it's only going to be on Mattel Creations, and despite shipping in October of next year, it is not a made-to-order thing. This is going to have a limited number of units. So once it's gone, we don't know if it's going to be restocked or made available again. Like, who's to say that the amount of units that they make for this drop aren't going to be it? Like, we just don't know. We don't know anything. I don't want to spend $150 on something that I'm not going to get until next year. That's my biggest, like, thing with this. Like, when I spend that much, I want it to be on something that I'm getting soon. You know, like, I don't like when I have to spend the full amount on a pre-order and then I don't get it until a year later. That's always annoyed me. I would much prefer, like, a down payment, and then when it's ready to ship, you pay the rest. That's how Integrity does it, and I much prefer that model to the model that Mattel takes. But that's just the money side of things. When it comes to the dolls, we don't know enough about these for me to decide if I want to spend that much as a consumer, you know? Like I said, their clothing is 3D rendered. It's not finalized whatsoever. And if Zoe's 3D rendered clothing is anything to go off of, it looks like her jacket is printed onto her shirt. For $150, that is a staggering lack of quality. But like I said, these are 3D renders, there's a chance that that could change. Maybe Zoe's jacket will be a separate piece on the final release. We don't know. Another thing we don't know is what their packaging is going to look like. I think Mattel could have easily posted a packaging mock-up just so we have an idea of what it's going to look like, but they did not. So, $150, you don't know what the finalized dolls are going to look like. Like, we've got the concepts of what they're supposed to look like, but there's still a chance that they'll look very different. Like, Fangvote Rochelle, I would say had a significantly different face to her finalized doll. Like, her concept and her final doll, very different faces. They've gotten better about that, though. Like, Fangvote Jennifer had a perfect face compared to what we saw in the concept. And it's the same with Fangvote Caddy. Both of their faces turned out exactly the same. So maybe Mattel has worked that out and the faces of the dolls are finalized. This is exactly what they're going to look like. Which is good, because like I said, they're good faces. But we don't know what the packaging looks like. You have to wait an entire year for these to ship. They cost $150. And also, we don't know what the fabrics used are going to be like. If it's pleather, which it most likely is going to be, pleather is not made to last, ever. Spending $150 for 3 dolls that mostly wear pleather just doesn't seem like a very good deal to me. And it sucks that I have to criticize these so much because I love these characters. It was a good movie. I liked the movie. The characters have really pretty designs. It's just unfortunate, you know? Supposedly Mattel is going to do Playline KPOP Demon Hunters stuff as well, which I think will be available in stores. I actually don't know for sure if that's going to happen. I would like it to. I would really like for Mattel to do Playline stuff that ends up in like retail stores like Target, Walmart, and stuff. Because, you know, that would not only would that be more affordable, they probably wouldn't be in a 3-pack together, so you could like pick and choose which dolls you want to buy. Because low-key, I kind of only want Mira. Maybe Zoe too, I kind of ship them with each other. I do like Polly Huntrix too. The girls are gay, that's what I'm saying. I don't know, man, I'm kind of yapping a lot, but basically, I have a lot of thoughts on these. I think that they're good dolls, but like I said, we don't know enough about them for me to be willing to spend $150. Not to mention Mattel charges shipping and tax, so the actual price is probably closer to $165, maybe even more. So, yeah. I guess that's it. I don't really have much more to say on them. Of the 2 things I've discussed in this video, I guess I'm more excited for the Grady Twins. Once I get these, I just need to get the Us 2-pack, and then I will have all of the Skelectors, so it'll be nice to finish off my collection. These are the only ones that I was lacking, and it was just because I didn't want to spend those resale prices. Whew. I am pissed off that these are $100 though. The original retail price for them was $75, so I'm very irritated that Mattel raised the price a whole $25. Like, don't piss me off, come on. They already did though. They've already pissed me off. Anyway, that was a lot of yapping. So, what are your guys' thoughts on the KPOP Demon Hunters dolls? I'm very interested in hearing what you guys have to say. So, yeah, please leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And as always, I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!